Legislators here in Hartford are now set to attempt to do something they've never done before, and that is overturning a veto from Governor Ned Lamont.
I'll cut to the chase. We've got time to work this out. There's no need for us to rush into it right now. I'm going to do a line item veto on both bills.
With the stroke of a pen, Governor Ned Lamont teed up a $40 million showdown between his administration and state lawmakers. At the core of the disagreement between the governor and the leaders of his own party is whether or not existing state budgetary caps allow for that much new spending. The Democratic Senate President and Senate Majority Leader wrote in part, quote, "Right now the state has the resources to afford this investment in our children, and right now our towns need this funding." Lamont sees it differently.
Buy it now, pay later, we'll figure out how we're going to do it. That's just the type of budgeting that got this state into the ditch over the last 20 years.
Lawmakers passed the $40 million special education funding package with nearly unanimous support from Republicans and Democrats. Leaders in both parties disagree with the governor's assessment that the state system of budget controls does not allow for the spending.
This money does not subvert the caps.
We have a large budget of $28 billion, so to speak. I'm sure we can find room for $40 million under this budget.
Local school districts, the intended recipient of the $40 million, have sounded the alarm about what a lack of state assistance could mean as they confront the rising costs of special education.
Right now, what boards of education will have to do is go back to their municipal authorities and say we need additional funds because we're not getting the funds from the state.
The leaders of the legislature's Education Committee put it more bluntly, and the governor responded.
This will fall back on the taxpayers locally.
These lack of state funds are coming off the backs of property taxes in all of our municipalities across the state.
You can say that about every piece of municipal aid we do. It's a two-way street. I mean, they have an opportunity and responsibility to try and hold down their costs as well.
In addition to vetoing $40 million of spending intended for special education, Lamont also vetoed about $3 million intended for Planned Parenthood and various LGBTQ and refugee groups. Both of those vetoes will go to the floor of the legislature on Wednesday, where legislators will attempt to override them. Reporting at the state capitol, Mike Cerulli, News 8.